Hmm. Oh, hi, you guys. You caught me. I'm trying to figure out. I love flowers, but this one's not real, and I'm wondering if I could plant some. Hmm. We'll come back to that. We'll see. We'll come back to that. But hello. Together, together, we are family. Together, together, brother, sister, me. Because you are my family, I put you in my heart. Now that we're together, let our story start. Oh, I missed you guys. I hope you've had a great beginning of school. And I know that things are going well, but don't give up, okay? They're even going to get better. They're going to be better. But I've got a girlfriend who lives in Texas. Her name is Tony, and Tony has been making a lot of gardens. She's been planting all kinds of awesome veggies, and they're growing up. And it's gotten me thinking about planting. And you can have a garden, a flower garden, or you can have a vegetable garden. And I know Milan and Kennedy, they've been, I know Kennedy uses a flower pot to make her garden. And Milan has been growing a garden in her backyard. I wonder if I could put some flowers in that. I'm going to think on that and work on that. I think I can do it. And you know what? If you decide to do something, I bet you can too. If you put your mind to it, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And parents, today what we're going to talk about are reasons why we should read aloud to our children. But since I'm interested today in gardens, I found this cute book called Lola Plants a Garden. I'm going to move my flower pots out of the way so you guys can get a better picture of Lola here. And the author of this book is Anna McQuinn. And Rosalind Beardshaw is the illustrator. Do you remember what the illustrator is? That's right. The illustrator is the person who draws the pictures. She did a good job at drawing Lola, didn't she? Let's see what. So, from the title of this book, what do you think Lola is going to do? Harmony, can you guess? You're right. Lola is going to plant a garden. Do you guys like gardens? Do any of you have a garden? Is your garden a flower garden or is it a vegetable garden? Let's find out what kind of garden Lola will plant. Lola loves her book of garden poems. Her favorite poem is the one about Mary, Mary. Do you guys know the Mary, Mary poem? It goes like this. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cocker shells and pretty maids all in a row. Now, the story said Mary, Mary, quite contrary. Contrary means she does things differently, whereas everybody else may have planted roses in their garden. She decided, nah, I want to do it a different way. I'm going to plant silver bells and cocker shells and pretty maids and put them all in a row. So Lola wants to plant a garden. Well, Mommy says that there is room near the vegetables. So now I can tell that Lola's mom has a garden. So Lola probably wants to do what Mama does. I wonder what vegetables she has in her garden. Lola gets books about gardens from the library. Look at all the books Lola has gotten from the library. Lola likes to visit the library. And you know, we have an excellent library here, and not just in Camden, but we've got one in Bethune and we've got one in Elgin. Our Kershaw County libraries are awesome, and you can go and get a library card, and you can be like Lola, get you some books, and you can learn about anything because the library is loaded with information. She chooses her favorite flowers from the books. So she's looking at it. She's finding the flowers that she likes. And Mommy makes a list. They go to the garden store to buy seeds. All right, so if you're going to make a garden, what's the first thing you need to get? Some seeds. So they get some seeds. I wonder what they're going to do with the seeds. What do you think she's going to do with the seeds? Ah, look at what she's done with the seeds. Lola and Mommy make the garden. The seed packets mark where the flowers are planted. So Lola, she's going to put her flower garden next to Mommy's vegetable garden, and the packet shows which kind of flower she has planted in the dirt. And if you'll look at the picture, you'll see some things that she had to use. Do you know what this is? It's a shovel. And she used the shovel to dig the dirt, to dig a hole to put the seeds in the hole. All right. Do you know what you would have to do after you plant the seeds? You would need to water it. That's right. I don't see her watering can, but I'm sure Lola had a watering can, unless she knew that she was going to let the rain water her plants. Lola will have to wait a long time for them to grow. Boys and girls, when you plant seeds, they won't grow up by tomorrow. You have to wait. It's kind of like people. We don't grow up immediately. We grow a little bit at a time, don't we? So she's got to wait a while. So while she's waiting, this is what she does. Lola makes her own flower book while she waits. Look, she made her own flowers. She's cutting them out. She's got her glue and she's got her paint there. She made some beautiful flowers, didn't she? What color are those? Yep, yellow. And this one is pink. How many yellows are there? 2 yellows. How many pinks? 1 pink. So how many flowers did she make all together? That's right, Carter. She made 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 plus 1 more equals 3. And Mommy types the Mary Mary poem and Lola glues it in. Remember the Mary Mary poem I told you? Mary, Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a row. Well, Lola makes a string of bells, like Mary Mary had some silver bells. So Lola is getting her some bells, and she finds some shells. See the shells? But she didn't get pretty maids all in a row. She's got some old beads. See the beads? And she's got them strung, and they're all in a row. She even makes a little Mary Mary. So she's got a little doll that she's turned in. She's named the doll Mary Mary. One day, Lola sees tiny green sprouts, shoots. Wow, look at them. They're shooting up. The little sprouts are shooting up. She's going to have flowers. Now she pulls up the weeds so that the shoots can grow. Yeah, she doesn't want the weeds to grow with the shoots because the weeds will choke out the shoots. So she's got to get rid of the weeds. Lola's flowers grow bigger. Wow! Look at how big they are. They open up to the sun. So they had some sunlight to help them to grow as well. Look at the beautiful flowers in that flower garden. Lola did a great job. Daddy helps Lola hang her shiny bells. So she's got some silver bells. And Lola finds Mary Mary a special spot. Look at where she put Mary Mary. It's just perfect. Right there. Mary Mary is looking at the garden, isn't she? Ola, Ben, and Ty are coming to see Ola's garden. Lola and Mommy make cupcakes. So Lola can be very helpful with Mommy in making the cupcakes as well. Do you help your mama or your daddy make cupcakes or help with dinner or any of the meals at home? You're old enough. You can. Yes, you can. Lola wears her flower shirt. I wonder why you think she wore her flower shirt today. That's right, Harmony, because it's a flower garden that she's saying, "Come see my flower garden." So she's got her flower dress on and she's got flowers in her hair also. Mommy helps Lola with her hair. Don't you think she is beautiful, isn't she? She's all ready for company. Lola's friends love everything about her garden. They share the crunchy peas and sweet strawberries that Mommy grew. So Mommy had a fruit and vegetable garden, just like yours, Milan. You've got strawberries in your garden. So did Mommy had in her garden, Lola's Mommy. She's sharing. Then Lola makes up a story about Mary Mary. What kind of garden will Lola plant next? I don't know. She had a flower garden this time. What do you think she might plant next time? Well, here is not the Mary Mary poem, but here's one for Lola. It says, "Lola, Lola, extraordinary, how does your garden grow? With flower seeds and shells and beads and happy friends all in a row." Oh, yes, I like that book. I like how it ended. Lola decided, yes, she could make a garden just like her mom's. And she made it and she invited her friends. And oh, she had such an awesome time with her friends. Did you like that story? I hope you did. Parents, why do you think it's such a great idea to share books aloud with children? Well, I'm going to give you some reasons, okay? Well, first of all, when you read aloud with children, it provides enjoyment. Next, sharing, it helps you share special bonding times with your child. Just you and your child. That makes a bond. Number 3, develop strong vocabulary and sophisticated language structure. So when you're reading aloud and a child does not know a word, that's the perfect time to give them to help increase their vocabulary. Number 4, it helps to develop imagination and imaginative minds. Boy, that was a hard word for to get out of my mouth. It develops imaginative minds. So it makes you want to think, and then you can come up with something. Number 5, it helps to nurture healthy brain development. When you're asking all these questions, the who, what, when, why, what do you think is going to happen next? All of that is developing healthy brains. Number 6, it helps to build motivation for and the love of books and reading. And we want everybody to have a love of reading. Next, it increases the child's attention span. Helps them be able to sit still a little longer. Number 8, it introduces the children to genres and different writing styles, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, or it has something to do with animals or And today we're doing gardens, right? But that was a fiction story that we read. Number 9, it creates rich experiences for the children. And number 10, it helps second language learners become familiar with the sounds and the shapes of the English language. So there's awesome ways for why we should read aloud. And I found this book that I'd like to share with you. And it's for enjoyment. On this one, where it says the first one, we said to provide enjoyment. It is, but it's going to be a bond if you read it with your child, because there's some fun things that you can do. So when I do it, I want you guys to do it with me out there in Facebook land, okay? The title of this story is The Little Scarecrow Boy. This is a scarecrow. Do you know what a scarecrow is? A scarecrow is kind of like a pretend person, and it's made out of straw, and you prop it up on a pole in a garden or a field, and the scarecrow has a job. Their job is to scare away the crows and the birds so that they will not come and eat up the things that's growing in the yard. Now, unfortunately, scarecrows don't work too well if you've got rabbits and moles, but they do really well with crows because they scare the crows. So let's find out about this little scarecrow boy. And the author of this story is Margaret Wise Brown, and the illustrator is David Diaz. Oh, this little scarecrow boy looks like he's very happy, isn't he? He's got 2 button eyes. Let's see about this little scarecrow boy. Once upon a time, in a cornfield, there lived a scarecrow and his scarecrow wife and their little scarecrow boy. All right, so this is the old scarecrow. There's his wife, and here's the little scarecrow boy. Now, I definitely know that this is fiction because I've never heard of a scarecrow family with a scarecrow house all living in the cornfield. So this is a fiction book. It's fantasy. Every day of the world, Old Man Scarecrow went into the cornfield to make faces at the crows. And every day of the world, his little scarecrow boy wanted to come too. And every day of the world, Old Man Scarecrow said, "No, no, little boy, you can't go. You're not fierce enough to scare a crow. Wait till you grow." Now, fierce means you're not powerful enough yet. He thinks that he's too weak. He's not strong enough. He doesn't know exactly what it's going to take to scare a crow. So he told him, "Nope, you got to wait." So every day, the little scarecrow boy stayed at home all day and just grew. He's hoping to grow up so he can be like Daddy. Every day, out in the field, Old Man Scarecrow waved his arms and made terrible faces. He made such terrible faces that the crows nearly lost their feathers at the sight of him there, and they flew far, far away. Oh, look at that scary face that he's making. He's scaring the crows. They're leaving their black feathers. Every evening when the sun went down, Old Man Scarecrow came rattling home. And all evening he sat in his scarecrow house, teaching his little scarecrow boy how to make fierce faces. Old Lady Scarecrow whistled through her straw teeth at the looks of them there. Now, I don't know how you can whistle through straw teeth, but she's laughing at them. She's trying, and look at him. He's trying to teach the little baby how to be fierce, how to be strong, how to make a powerful face to really scare those crows. But early in the morning when the sun came up, it was the same old no. No, little boy, you can't go. You're not fierce enough to scare a crow. Wait till you grow. So the little scarecrow boy stayed at home all day and just grew. Aren't these some beautiful, colorful pictures? Then one day, after the little boy had learned all 6 of his father's terrible faces so that he could make them one after the other, he decided to run away. Oh my goodness. Where do you think he's going to run to? No, you don't think he's going to run to the cornfield and try it, do you? Oh, let's see. So before the sun was up, or before Old Man Scarecrow was up, or Old Lady Scarecrow was up, the little boy slipped out of bed, dressed quietly, and tiptoed and went quietly out of the house. Oh, he didn't make a noise. And he went over to the cornfield. Up on his father's post, in his father's place. So there he is. He's taking his daddy's place. What do you see? You remember the name of that blackbird? A crow. Yes. Do you think he can scare that crow? Because that crow is coming, and if the crow comes, it's going to eat the corn. It was a fine, shining morning with the sun gleaming green down the corn blades. Crows circled in the air far away over the trees. The little scarecrow boy waved his arms through the air. He had never felt fiercer in all of his life. And then came flying a big black crow. Oh! The little scarecrow made his first fierce face, and it still came flying, the big black crow. All right, now the first fierce face, all it did was stick out his tongue. All right, can you stick out your tongue with me? Oh, that was the first. Now, I don't think that could scare a crow. You got to do better than that, little scarecrow. Oh! The little scarecrow boy made his second fierce face. All right, the second fierce face. All right, his mouth is open and he's got his nose. Okay, you got to do this. You think that's gonna? Nah, I don't think that's gonna scare the crow either. Oh, so he ran and he ran. Then he stopped. Wait a minute, I think I missed a page. That was the second one. There we go. His third face. Now it's time for the third. Oh, no, this time he makes his eyes bulge out. Okay, can you make your eyes go? Oh, he had his mouth open. Make your eyes go big and your mouth go big. Oh, my goodness. Oh, time to go. So the little scarecrow boy ran and he ran down the corn rows. The black flapping wings made a noise now, and looking back, he could see the blue sky through the ragged feathers of the nearest crow. Oh, that crow was going to get him. His faces are not fierce enough. Oh, no, I think the crows are laughing at those faces. Oh, my goodness. Do you see what the crows have done? They are eating the corn. His face wasn't fierce enough. Well, he ran, and then he stopped. His fourth face, and still came flying the black crows. Now this time on the fourth one, he's pulling his ears. All right, so let's see if we can do that one. Oh, no, that's just a funny face. Oh, no. So he ran and he ran and he ran and he ran. I wonder where is he running to? Do you think he's running to Daddy? And the crow flew and he flew and he flew and he flew and the little crow boy ran. Oh, no. His faces are not working. And he only has 6 of them, remember? Now we're on the 5th one. And then he made his 5th and next to fiercest face of all. But still came the flying black crow. Oh my goodness, he's pulling his eyes and nothing is working. The little boy had only one face left now and hardly any breath. Even so, he stopped and with his arms stretched wide above his head and his fingers drooping on his hands, he gave the big crow the 6th face. And whoa, look at that face. That is a fierce face. And see if we can make that fierce face. Here we go. You ready? Whoa, that old crow flew backwards through the air, feathers flying everywhere until there wasn't even the shadow of a crow on the land. A scarecrow at last. A little scarecrow boy knew that it was as fierce a scarecrow as there was in all the cornfields in all the world. He did it. He made that terrible fierce face and it scared the crows. He did it. Yes, he could. You can too. And then he saw a shadow in front of him. And he looked up, and there behind him was Old Man Scarecrow, his father. And his father was proud of his little boy, who had made all 6 faces at the crows. And he picked up his little scarecrow boy in his scarecrow arms, and they went home to breakfast. Look at him. And when the little scarecrow grew up, he was the fiercest scarecrow in all of the fields in all of the world. Did you like that story about the little scarecrow? At first he could not, but he practiced with his daddy, and then he practiced with the scarecrow. And even though he was afraid and the crows were going to get him, he didn't give up. He kept trying until he got to his 6th face, the fiercest of all. And he did it. And you can too. That's all we have for today, boys and girls. I am glad you came to visit with us and hope to see you next time, okay? Bye-bye. So long. See you later. Hasta luego. Bye-bye.